Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 1st, and it is about 9 o'clock. I'm letting my car heat up, and then I am going to be running around. I woke up. I have not worked on our puzzle, but I did some exercises, and I had scrambled egg, a cutie, which is like a mandarin orange, and some applesauce with cinnamon in it for breakfast. Took my shower. I don't think the shower took because I also did some snow shoveling because we got about 2 inches of snow last night. Not a lot, but as you can see, I'm in the driveway waiting for the car to warm up, and it's pretty warm. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to go meet a friend, a past client, to look at her home. She's been there for a year and she wanted me to see it. She has it all decked out for the holidays. Then I'm going to go pick up Penny. We're going to go to the vet. And then I pick up my nieces today, and in the middle of all that, I'm going to work on the puzzle, and I'm going to actually do some real work. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, let me see if I could change that a little bit. We're at a park. We're going to, right, Penny? Do you see her? Penny, are we going to go take a walk? We're taking a walk. We're here. We're at the park. She had a vet appointment today. We're going to walk around the park. This is our county fairgrounds. You just like to run through those leaves, Penny. You make so much noise. Okay, here is the puzzle we're working on. We started it on Saturday. This is what it looks like. A lot of fun. This is how far we've gotten. And you can see the pieces are everywhere. But it looks pretty good. We're having a lot of fun doing it. Hi, it's 4:30 and I'm finally getting to the sewing room. I thought today was going to be an easy day, but it's not. It's been a long day. I've done a lot. I've been to the office. I've picked up my nieces from school. I shoveled my sister's driveway. She didn't ask me to. I just did it because we had like a couple inches of snow last night, and she did not do it this morning before she left. My sister is, she's a divorced mom, and she works a full-time job, and I want to help her because she's my sister and I love her. This morning I woke up slightly bummed, and it was because I got an email on Etsy saying one of my purchases that somebody made to my shop, they never received the item and Etsy refunded them the money. I keep all my prices pretty low because it's not a job for me. It's just these are extra things that I'm de-stashing. So I'm trying to figure out a solution. I'm only charging like $3 for shipping in that particular case, which I don't blame the purchaser. I mailed it the very next day. She bought a pattern. I mailed it the very next day, but I didn't get tracking because tracking is so expensive, and it was something she paid $6 total for the pattern and for the shipping total. So it costs over $2 to ship it in just first class in an envelope. And I feel silly charging somebody $3 for an old pattern and then having to charge them $10 to ship it. Like, that makes no sense to me. So I'm trying to figure out a solution. So if somebody has a solution to this, because I need to figure out my shipping on my Etsy store for my de-stash. And the purchaser contacted me last week and said they still had not received it. And I thought, that's ridiculous. I shipped it the very next morning. And I checked my P.O. box, and it was not returned into the P.O. box. So I said, well, let me know if you get in the next couple of days, or if you want a refund, I will cancel it and refund it to you, because it's not right that you didn't get it. I completely agree. But anyway, the purchaser went to Etsy and started a ticket, and since I didn't have a tracking number, they automatically gave them the money back, which is fine. I was going to give her the money back. I had no problem. It's not fair, but I have to figure out a way to make it cost effective for people. I mean, Etsy charges a ton of fees, so I'm trying to figure this out. So if anybody has an idea, because it's not a business for me, I just have some extra fabric I want to de-stash. I have some patterns that I'm never going to use or don't need, and I wanted to de-stash. But I have to charge something because Etsy charges fees. And then shipping, and if you want to add a tracking number, it's insane right now how much it costs to send something that's as simple as a paper pattern. I'm getting very frustrated with the post office. I might check with UPS and see what they charge, but anyway, I went on there on the Etsy shop, and I'm trying to figure it out, and hopefully tonight when I'm in bed I'll be able to do a little bit more research. But it's been so cold today that I grabbed my scarf, and this is a Lisa original scarf. This is something I made like 10 years ago, and I sold this pattern on Etsy, and I think it was listed for like $3. And I'm going to show you because it was so cold, and this is my favorite scarf. I've got a ton of crochet scarves because I used to love crocheting scarves, and I have a ton of them. And actually, I've had so many. One year, I made so many scarves, and I donated them to, we have a St. Jude house. It's kind of like a halfway house, somewhere women and children can go in a bad situation. So I donated a lot of them to the St. Jude house one year because they weren't doing me any good just sitting there. I'd make them just to make. And anyway, this is a muffler that I made, and I loved it so much because it keeps me so warm, and I can kind of put it over my head if I wanted to and cover my ears. But I had this on all day today. All day, don't care. But this pattern I have on Etsy. It's a digital PDF pattern that it's an instant download, so there's no shipping. And it's always been on Etsy, and I sell a couple of them a year, but I'm gonna change the price to like I don't know, like $1, like $1. And for a while here during Christmas, everybody should be able, if you crochet, and it's a fun bubbly texture. It's a very simple pattern. You can make it longer if you wanted to. It's like a circle scarf. But if anybody, there'll be a link to my Etsy shop in the description box. And if anybody is interested in crocheting themselves something, I'm marking this down to like $1. And there we go. I'm going to consider it. By the time Etsy takes their fees, it's like 50 cents. So I'll consider it a 50-cent tip. But it's a simple pattern, and I love it. And underneath that is one of my newer makes. It is a Freya with the turtleneck. So you can see there. And that's just out of some cotton pop apparel fabric. It's a knit fabric that I got from Joann's when Joann's was shutting down. It's still chilly in here, so I've had this on all day, and it's just so snuggly. I think I'll just keep wearing it. Just keep wearing it. So now I'm here. I've got my heater on. Remember I did a bunch of flying geese yesterday. So this is how they're turning out. They look lovely. This is Cafe Facet fabric right here. This is all, it's all Cafe Facet and then Kona cotton for the white. And then I made the same size in strips of white. Now I'm going to sew those all together. It's for a secret Christmas project that I'm working on. And you get to see a little snippet of it if you're watching this. So I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to make my mom some pajama pants hopefully this week. And Big Daddy needs pajama pants out of the Simpsons fabric that I've already cut out. First things first, Christmas presents need to get made. Tomorrow should be a super easy day. I think I have nothing except picking up my nieces from school.
but it's going to be bitter cold tomorrow. So it should be a fun day. I'm going to do some office stuff, and I might go to a grocery store and look for supplies for my cookie trays that I do every year. So if I can figure out how to film on my phone and get it to my iPad, I will take you along for the ride, but I don't want to be walking around the grocery store with my iPad filming because I think that's suspicious. But if I just film something in an aisle with my phone, it's not as suspicious. And that, I think, is it. And a special shout out to my virtual friend of the day, Michelle. Michelle has a YouTube, and I'm going to put her YouTube channel name here, and I'm going to put a link to her YouTube in the description box. Michelle reached out, wanted to say hi, so she sent me an email, and it was very nice. I have to respond back. She is going to be part of the Finish That Whip challenge that's starting in January. This is the same challenge I did, not this year, but in 2024. I did it in October, and then I just couldn't do it in October this year. It didn't make sense, so it's being moved to January. She wants to be a featured vlogger for Finish That Whip. So take a look. If you have not already subscribed, do so, because she is going to be on the list of featured vloggers, and I'm going to get that going too. So if you are a sewing vlogger and you're in the sewing vlogger support groups out there on Facebook, I will be putting out the calendar soon. And maybe tomorrow we'll work on finding some prize sponsors while I'm at the office doing real estate. I hope you do something creative wherever you are in the world, and thank you so much for watching. And now I'm going to do some of this, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great night.